Chapter 536. At this time, Faria asked, "Grandpa, should we bring any gifts along with us?" Lord Adair replied, "Someone gave me a piece of cold jade a few years ago. It has the effect of calming the mind and giving peace to the owner. I want you to give it to Fury and tell him that it is for his son. Even though it might only have a small effect, it is better than nothing at all." Faria nodded before she said, "Okay, Grandpa. I understand." Just then, Lord Adair stood up before he said, "Faria, I want you to come with me." "Okay, Grandpa." Faria stood up without any hesitation and hurriedly followed her grandfather into his study room. Upon entering the study room, Lord Adair sat down on his mahogany chair before he asked Faria, "Faria, I want to ask you whether you have made any progress with Mr. Anderson recently?" Faria blushed as soon as she heard her grandfather's words. "Grandpa, that." Lord Adair smiled when he saw Faria's flustered reaction. "Young girl, why are you so shy and embarrassed? Just tell me what the progress is." Faria was very embarrassed as she replied, "Grandpa, to be honest, Mr. Anderson has been very busy recently. We have almost no chance to meet at all." Lord Adair was a little disappointed, and he said, "Faria, you cannot be so nonchalant about this matter. You are still young, but your grandfather is already getting older. You might be able to wait, but your grandpa cannot afford to wait for another few more years." Then, Lord Adair continued speaking, "Faria, Grandpa is not asking you to be an unethical person with no morals at all. I am not forcing you to do anything with Mr. Anderson if you do not want to. The main reason I am asking you to get closer to Mr. Anderson is because I can also tell that you truly like Mr. Anderson from the bottom of your heart. Am I right?" Faria nodded slightly as her face flushed red immediately. Truthfully, she had become even more enamored with Alex the more she got to know him. She was a strong and capable woman who loved a man who was equally strong and capable. The stronger the man was, the more attractive she felt he was. Therefore, it was completely inevitable for her to feel attracted and enamored by Alex. Lord Adair sighed softly before he said, "Well, the biggest pity is that Mr. Anderson got married so early. However, in this modern society, people take these things very lightly nowadays. Therefore, it's not a big deal even if a man has a second or third marriage. So, you don't have to be too bothered about the fact that Mr. Anderson has already been married before. You don't need to care who his first wife was. All you need to know is that you should do all that you can to keep a good man by your side forever. Even if he has already been married 10 times before you, the most important thing is to get him to stay by your side for the rest of your life." Faria nodded slightly before she said, "Grandpa, I understand what you are trying to say. I cannot chase after Mr. Anderson too desperately because I am afraid that he would start to dislike me if I did that. I heard that Mr. Anderson is still very loving and kind toward his wife." "Yes." Lord Adair nodded in agreement. "In that case, it is not wrong for you to fight steadily, step by step, as you try to win Mr. Anderson over in secret." At this time, Lord Adair recalled something and he quickly said, "By the way, it will be my 80th birthday in a few days. Please invite Mr. Anderson to come to my birthday banquet. Once he is here, you can take advantage of this opportunity to get closer to him and get to know him better." Faria hurriedly replied, "Yes, Grandpa. I will do that." "Okay." Lord Adair nodded before he said, "All right then. It is already getting late. You should head to the Millennium Psychiatric Hospital now to visit the junior of the Whale family first."